Exploring radicals with Sharad and Mitchell.
It's radical, dude.
Yeah. What is a radical?
A radical is anything that uses a root.
An example would be the square root of x plus y.
I am root.
The first step of simplifying a radical is to simplify the parts of the radical, which means using factor trees. Let's look at an example.
Let's try 92. First, you have to think of two factors that make up 92. 2 and
46.
46. And then, two factors that make up 46. 2 and 23. Then afterwards, you look at two pairs of the same number. For instance, you have a pair of 2's and only one 23. The pair of numbers that makes up 92 goes outside the radical. And the number that doesn't have a pair goes inside. If you were to have...
And there you go. Your final answer is 2 root 23. That is a very simple equation. Now let's move into more complicated cases.
Once you're done, you'll have a whole forest of factoring.
Yeah. In this example, we have root 48 times root 28. So first, we have to simplify the radicals just like in the last problem. So you're going to have 2 and 24, which is 2, 12. And that's going to end up being, let's see,
Just keep it.
2,
You don't factor.
2, 6, 2, 2,
Forgot. What do you
2, 3, and yeah, there you have it. Woo! Yeah, there we go.
Let me do that.
Let's start out with 48. You have your square root of 48, which goes down to 2 times 24, which is 2 times 2 times 12, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 6, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So now we have two pairs of 2's. So you have 2 times 2 is 4, so you have 4 root, this 3 goes over there, 4 root 3. So that's the simplified version of the square root of 48.
Wow, I'm hungry. I could really eat a pear.
Here we have the square root of 28, which is 2 times 14, which is 2 times 2 times 7. We have our pair right here, but it doesn't matter because there's not another pair that we can multiply it to. So, you're just going to have 2 root 7. So we have our square root of 48, which we found was 4 root 3. And then we have our square root of 28, which we found was 2 root 7. So now, all you have to do is multiply them together. It might seem like a daunting task, but really it's very simple. You just multiply 4 times 2 and 3 times 7. So you're going to have 8 root 21. Let's look at another example. Let's try dividing radicals. Let's try the square root of 120 over the square root of 12. So the first thing we have to do is simplify the top half of the fraction. The square root of 120 simplified is 2 times 60, which is 2 times 2 times 30, which is 2 times 2 times 2 times 15, which finally comes down to 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. And those are all prime numbers. So now we know that this comes down to 2 root 2 times 3 times 5, which is 2 root 30. And there we have it. That's the simplified version of 120.
Now we go back to the original problem with the simplified version. Since you cannot have a radical on the bottom of a fraction, you have to multiply by the same radical to get rid of it.
So it's the square root of 12 that you multiply by. And the top half has to be multiplied by the square root of 12 as well. There we go. And you end up with 2 root 30 times root 12. And you end up with 2 root 360. Now let's go back to the bottom. You have root 12 times root 12, which is just the square root of 12 times 12, which is 144, equals just 12. So when you bring them both together, you have 2 root 360 over 12.
But hold up.
What's wrong?
You didn't simplify the root of 360.
Aw, dag nabbit, you're right. Since you guys already know how to simplify, let's just skip right to the answer. You end up with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. Now let's find our pairs. We have a pair of 2's right there and a pair of 3's right there. Multiply them together, you get 6. And you got your 2's and your 3's, which is 6 root 2 times 5 is 10. 6 root 10 is your final. Bringing it all together, you have 2 times 6 root 10 over 12, which really simplifies to 12 root 10 over 12. The 12s on either side of the fraction cancel each other. Fuck it! Anyways, now that Malik is gone, the 12s on each side of the fraction cancel each other out, and you're just left with root 10. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe if you want to see future videos. Follow me on Instagram, Mitchell_BL. Follow me on Snapchat.
You don't follow people on Snapchat.
Okay, add me on Snapchat. Just Mitchell.BL. And follow me on Twitter for more sick burns. Alright, see ya.